Okay, welcome back, everybody, to some more Alpha. We're just gonna call it Alpha. Why not? Some more renovations and stuff happened off screen. Played a little bit at night. Obviously, things are looking a little different here, and kind of going with that Alfie look. I have a pet chicken named Greg. I just decided that now, but Greg's not important. What we're gonna focus on is kind of what we extended around here. Oh, hi. Enough of that. I'm busy here. I'm busy. All right. Yeah, that's right. As he still explodes. Yeah, that is a bit of a stairway up the side. I kind of envisioned something like this. This is a little clunky looking, but we have like kind of a natural snipey scope spot here. I gotta be careful another one of those dudes doesn't come up behind me. Damn, I love the way lighting looks at a distance. I love the way the aesthetic looks this in general. But the other thing I want to focus on is this little bit of an area here that I've kind of taken some inspiration from one of the videos I saw, but also just kind of decided to make some little things of my own. This could use a little more lighting though, maybe on the side. Just thought of some things I could like throw around the pond, kind of put some of the cobble inside too. The cobble's not something I thought would look like amazing, and doesn't necessarily, but kind of gets a bit of that alpha look. The animals love it. They seem to spawn here all the time, but I believe they're more tied to lighting source than anything at this point. I swear I'm hearing hisses everywhere. And yeah, mostly that's what I did off screen. There wasn't really any mining or anything either. You know, some good old tree cutting was a thing. But I'm thinking like, I don't know if we want to like almost get the cabin in the woods look or what. Just literally not, there's a movie called that, isn't there? Oh, I don't want to worry about the lighting on there too, actually. Let's take a drop down here. Actually, having that there come through the window might not be the worst thing either. But yeah, I hope everybody's doing well. It's been a couple days since I've done this. I still haven't released any of these. Of course. Ah, fuck! I should have thought about him still being there, dang it. Bastard. Almost wrecked the carpet I barely care about. The sound effect they make, like all the sound effects being different. I swear I remember like the day that changed. I think it was somewhere around beta somewhere. Yeah, enough. Greg, I get it, buddy. You're free. Enjoy your freedom. Okay, I think that's a repair. It's been a while since I've had to repair my freaking house as I back out of my door and tempt fate again. I don't know how soon I want to do the watery things. That's gonna be a heck of a project. I do have to think of more projects like that. That sheep is a death wish. But yeah, for now it's mostly just get the house looking up to snuff and all that stuff. Probably put these torches back on here. Oh, that bastard frickin' take out a trunk there too. Ugh. I'm pretty used to playing with mob griefing off in general, just because of Enderman, like I said. We could use some more chopping, so I'm going to do that while I think about... Ow! Ow! Yeah, it hurts, don't it? I love the machine gun frickin' bow. Dude, I miss that. Oh, what the heck? When the hell did this happen? Also... we did see a dungeon somewhere. This might also be a dungeon. What the hell? I don't know what disturbed this or caused this. Sound like creepers would have blown up without influence. Maybe make a bit of a way down here. I was gonna chop some trees, but now we're doing this. Wasn't that dungeon like... yeah, there's like a dungeon off that way. I wish I remember. I know anyone that's maybe possibly watching this like back to back probably knows exactly where it is. What is... I don't think there's anything... okay, cave. Okay, so it's just sand in a cave. Suppose some caving can't hurt. Why not? Oh god, there's more sand dropping. I don't know if this cave's the best for that. There is some iron here. Ah! I'm making all the smart choices today. Did I mention how tired I am? That is very much a thing I'm dealing with. We'll have to figure out a way to patch this up somewhat, because it's going to look a little ugly. And I'm thinking, like... here's the thing that I'm debating on. And where I'm going to maybe try and go against the grain on what I would normally do. It's like... Jeez, this is ugly as heck. It's like having structures a little further away from each other. But here's the thing: if we're updating, and like updates come out that have a bit of terrain generation change and stuff. Let's just take, for example, I don't know when it happens, but the tree leaves being able to be different colors because of, and of course the what would you call it, the birch? Yeah, the birch trees getting added. I think that's like a decent ways off into beta, to be fair, but like the second that happens, like I think leaves get a little funky. Also, one thing I'm noticing about the leaves in particular is that they don't need to just be attached to a wood block. It seems like they're attached to any form of ground. They don't start to decay. Decay seemed to be a thing as well, but I also don't know if it's really happening anymore for some reason. Okay, yeah, no, let's drop in a trunk right there. Off screen would have had this become like a big forest area, but yeah, definitely there's a very unique look to everything looking a little samey for sure. In this very much different era of things looking way different with like terrain generation. But my point is, I don't know how far I want to explore, because then we're gonna have to like explore a long ways to see new generation stuff. But again, I'm not really at a point where I'm too heavily considering updating the version or anything. So I think this will be, again, I really don't know. This is the third session on screen, including one off screen, and I just don't know how things are gonna go, because sometimes like I played for like 3 hours or 4 hours the first night, and that was the whole first video cut down, I think is the plan. And you know, after that is we're getting to a point where I don't know why that's the way I'm phrasing things. I'm tired. We had like an hour or something, so it's like, okay, so do we end up with like, you know, an hour and 20-minute video and then a 20-minute video? We'll see. We'll see. That's where I'm just not too sure how things are gonna go for sure. But let's get some more meat and stuff too. But I think we're gonna consider some sort of decently grand works project, but I don't want to do the river just yet. I'm gonna do a bit of cave exploring here in the surface, just past the sand area here. You know, actually brings me to the point I gotta show what I renamed the chest to, because they are both references, but of course one of them has to do with sand, and some people already know where that's going. But I'm thinking like what I want to do while I was just off screen there is I saw a nice little island to travel to, and I kind of like the idea of like repurposing islands to have like a purpose, and creating that distance that I wouldn't normally do, because I like to create a lot of functionality normally within a tight space, which I think really accelerates my process in these games normally. And again, the goal is to do things a little differently than I normally would pretty much every time I start a world, to be fair, but sometimes there's comfort in some designs that hold true to my past and stuff that I just know I enjoy, you know? So there's a bit of A, bit of B for sure. But right now, what the project is going to be that I'm deciding on the fly is I'm actually going to use a bit of that cave that dropped down, and I'm going to create a bit of a floating structure to be kind of the mining area. I'm going to decide off screen what kind of style I maybe want this to look like. But again, remember, it's alpha. Like, alpha just kind of has an aesthetic of its own, right? So it's probably going to look like something we already have, but the way the actual build goes might be a little different. All right? I'm also going to retrace steps here to find that dungeon, perhaps, because I know it was somewhere along this kind of path when we traveled to that other island. I thought it was Sandbound, I think, too. It's so funny how quickly I can forget things. Yet I have like the best long-term memory for ridiculously specific stuff. For those who don't know, one of my occupations I rarely get paid for, and I would say more just passion, is just I'm a performer. This is what I do. Not this specifically, but this can be kind of part of it. But mostly this has just become me being me. But I am a performer in the sense of working in theater, and I've done it for I counted recently, and I'm on to my 25th show on and off stage. Most of that being on stage and including high school and small productions. But I've been doing that for 13 years. Jeez. With a little bit of time off in the past few years working on my other endeavors. Oh, we found it here. Right, before I get there, I literally had, I'm having such a struggle this morning. Trying to remember, again, short-term memory is terrible. We'll deal with this in a second. Maybe light this up in case I want to find it again. So, one of the stupid examples of my long-term memory being incredible is we were doing the hair and makeup workshop as part of the process. Normally, a lot of new faces in this current production, and I'm working with a fellow that I just did a show with, probably in December. Right now, being February. Again, I guess it's not super long term, but they were like, he couldn't remember. He's like, oh, which foundation did I use? I remembered his foundation, and literally said to the people, I was like, I will remember mine when I see the name. But I remembered his frickin' foundation name, and it's just like stupid stuff like that I can, like, I have that highly visual, whatever, photographic memory. I can just, like, picture it. But his foundation was previously what I used years and years ago, and I remember mine changing and it being a little weird. Yeah, makeup facts. No one expected that today. I mean, it's just a reality of the gig. But yeah, just like remembered that. And I was sitting next to a guy that I'd done a show with 10 years ago, and I was like, I don't remember that. And we were just joking. Okay, we might need to come back. You know what? I'm gonna brave it. We haven't been brave enough in this playthrough. And we'll do the alpha thing and have another piece of food ready. Not that it's like incredible food by any means. Okay, I was gonna say these guys all have to be trapped somewhere nicely. Too bad they don't. I don't know if the sweeping thing is still a modern thing. I think they like brought it in and took it out. Or maybe axes do a swoop now. No, that doesn't make sense. Axes do a chop. I think swords do a swoop in modern. Okay, I get it. I think they actually... Oh, you know what? Hang on. Ow, ow, dude. I was trying to make... Oh, no. Okay, that's fine. My shovel had to break, didn't it? Yeah, and I don't want to go back. I'm impatient, man. I don't want to wait out the whole night. Alpha problems, am I right? You know what we could do? Try to light this up a little bit. I'm definitely need to be a little more concerned about... Oh, you know what? I did already kind of torch to signal myself, didn't I? Okay. Anyways. This is a little problematic with how much inventory I have full, too. I don't even want to make more than one shovel, even though I probably normally would. Where are you, explodies? Explodies ain't here. There is no explodey, only Zool. I surfaced that? Okay, hang on. Let's see if the old thing still works. Boop, boop, boop. Oh, what the hell? That's definitely not gonna work. Oh, jeez. Can't even place them on top. Okay, so you literally can't place them on the spawner. I don't normally do stuff with spawners, which is why I'm doing a little bit of debating right now on actually doing something with a spawner. Mind you, I don't see like a floating head or anything in there. Is that not normally what happens? Yeah, like, I don't think there's actually a lot of stuff you find in these back then. Gravel, we'll get out of here. Oh, God. One cobble, get out of here. So, yeah, I wonder if this is even, like, if dungeons function at all back when. Although, honestly, like, getting the mossy cobblestone, again, is not a thing I do. But, in my little lake area, I was actually seeing that is a process that makes more sense. I just completely killed myself, didn't I? Okay, stop. Thank you. No. Whatever. Just... Okay, thank you. Water. You need to not right now, okay? Don't flow over top me, please. I think that is very much a possibility. Huh? I'm totally gonna open the floodgates here on something. Oh. Ugh. Just... Hey, what's up, buddy? So I take it your spawner works, hey? And I'm trying to sabotage myself with water? I know what I'm doing. Clearly. Okay, let's try and hollow the rest of this out. It seems like this is attached to a cave, which seemed pretty normal. I swear I saw a button on the other side of that too. So there would be a cave attached to this too. I don't think we're gonna do the caving right now. There's gonna be plenty of caves to go around. So let's focus on like the chests. I guess. Literally, bread's not getting a stack either, man. It's definitely so different. I don't know what else to do with. Yeah, we don't have durability on these bad boys, hey? I don't know what else I need string for at this point. Oh, I think it literally... Back then, you can make wool out of 9 string. Fun facts. I think you still can. Someone let me know on that one. I'm not sure. I also don't want to go in that cave. The water is just going to be more of a pain than it's worth. Okay, so... We could farm this for the sake of feathers. That's really about it, buddy. Reason being, again, this is one of those things people did back then. It was like a commodity to find the mossy cobblestone. Did I just cover one up there? Yes, I did. Think? Yeah. It's definitely a commodity for people to find it, because like you could only get it from here. And again, I'll have to know on modern, but I think you can acquire it in different means now. That was kind of a thing that made Alpha unique, and again, many of the naysayers might just be like, well, that's what made Alpha and Beta stupid, is that couldn't do these things. But there is kind of a reward to something being a little less prominent, if that makes sense. Like, I don't know, it was definitely something. I think what we'll probably do here too is like brick, because I don't think bricks necessarily become any more prominent, but the way it spawns typically in riverbeds, I would argue it is these days, and I don't see a lot of people doing stuff with brick. I think it's always been kind of regarded as somewhat as an ugly texture, and I don't necessarily agree with that, personally. And the other thing is, I'm trying to make a farm, and I have never once done this, I don't think, so stay tuned. I believe we gotta drop it a couple blocks and then use water flow to like bring them to a spot where they drop and almost die. So we're gonna be making some sort of station here to farm this. And what's going to become super important in this world, because I want to spread out a decent haul, which I'm torn on, because I also like the look of having very villagey looking stuff. So we might just have pointless structures-ish, quote unquote, but everything needs a point. That's kind of tough. So I'm, again, maybe a thing to go against the grain a bit from what I normally do. Okay, if these guys drop and then they're 3 blocks under the thing. Okay. Which way was the dang water? Okay. Path of least resistance is probably there, but also this can actually be pretty well covered up. We're gonna be dealing with sand in this though. And oh, that might not be tall enough. There's no way to keep the spawner back then either. It might not be the worst. So if we activate it, like I think we'll see if it needs to be higher. We'll raise it if we need to. Do a bit of trial and error here. Do things the old-fashioned way and just kind of find out. Because this is not something I normally do. The other possibility we might have to close off is that they might spawn on top of this entirely. Especially considering it's cobbled right now. So if that's the case, what I might try to do to circumvent that, again, we're really just testing on the fly here, is put some sort of other block on top. And that could be a part of what structure I even make for this. Because I do want everything to have purpose, and I do want to see structures around. And the nice thing about this is it's not ridiculously far from home, but it's kind of that amount from home that I'm thinking about. Just to, maybe have a rail system going between things. That's the thing I stated before, but yeah, I tend to have a bit of a rail system. Okay, ooh, what was the path of least resistance? This one, right? This one, I think? Okay. You know what, though? We might not be dealing with the sand. I think I'm going to need this to be 3 high, though, because if they're splooshing up and down water, then they're not going to go under 2. But also, let's see, what was it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So the 7th needs to be a drop. And that 7th will need to correlate with that. Perfect. Okay. Okay. We won't have the drop yet. There was ways that I've made kind of fun spawner systems before, going off of something my buddy learned, Sebastian again. Basically what they did is they were able to create this large underground chain of systems and waterways to carry everything up. And that was probably in the days of beta. So it'd be interesting to see from update to update, especially I'm whacking things with bread. What that entails and how that might work if I were to make one of those. It would be one of those repeat things I'm making, but hey. So I think that's far enough. So we'll maybe drop this. Oh, good, a cave. Okay, I'm definitely gonna drop it then. I honestly just want nothing to do with this cave right now. But I don't know if spawn limits are going to affect. You might need to light the cave up around this, but I think spawners don't give a shit about spawn limits. But again, spawn limits might vary from update to update. I'm going to do my best just to stay on this version, honestly. I know they're not so new thing. We're working with ladders, and by the way, doors aren't going to break down at this point. The interesting thing about the ladders, in fact, I know, is that in this update as well, they probably... Well, actually, the question is, do they stop sand? They do, in fact, stop sand. Okay. So I knew I was going to be dealing with that. I basically want an access point. But I believe they actually function on every other block in this version. But I'm not going to do that. Reason being, they kind of flip-flopped on updates between whether or not the every other block thing works or not. And that's just kind of a pain. So we're gonna honor things in case we do update for what they are. Get ourselves back up here. We can almost like use this pit in the ground idea. That might not be a terrible idea, actually. But we're gonna need to... I'm thinking just to be safe, I almost want to raise this. I want things to be raised up. I don't want any chance of like the spawner being able to chuck them into my frickin' base if I'm gonna do that. And this still could be a chance they do that. I really don't know much about spawners in general. I remember messing around with them around this point in like a thing where you could give yourself items. I don't think you can bring up a chat box now, which I'm pretty sure was already the case, but hey, definitely cannot. Ooh, the old sound effects. Love it. I don't know if ladders get pissy and put themselves behind you. Hey, look, we did just enough. Okay, so then we can almost hollow this out a bit. Actually, you can kind of hold an extra inventory slot by doing this. What's up? We're kind of just going with the flow. Another way I do like to build is just kind of make something and see how you want to tweak it later. So I very much just kind of buried this hole in the ground and framed it in wood. I'm really liking the idea, and I'm going to need to pretty it up a bit. But yeah, I'm thinking we'll just protrude this out of the ground and hey man. It's like, I don't hate this at all already. It's kind of looking like something. Something is definitely the term, hey? Buried in a little bit here. Oh, jeez. Alright, snipe boys. Oh, jeez. Nope. Alright, we got him. Get some of my arrows back. I'm gonna need to... That's gonna be half the point of this freaking thing. Oh, God. Oh, no. No, they're jumpy. Oh, they're jumpy. Oh, they're fucking jumpy. I don't think they're wall climbing, though. Oh. Oh my God. Okay. Just trying to roof this boy off now. I think we're just gonna basic wood it now. And we should have enough. If not, we'll be mostly roofed off. And we'll have like a second base of operations, kind of. I don't know what else I want this to serve, but kind of like the idea of having everywhere have enough functionality. But again, we're gonna need some sort of rail system. Clearly the smoke on the torches isn't making me think there's dang skellies. Well, let's see what we want for... Hi, can you make it on here? Okay, you're stupid. For now, you're stupid, but I might change your routing and then suddenly you can't reach it, and that's what I'm terrified of. We might actually be able to exploit this guy. Get some good old TNT. Last place I want you blown up, dude. Don't do it. Okay? You drop any? You didn't even drop me any presents. That's freaking rude. The inner part of this ain't looking too shabby either. Let's give ourselves our nice flooring. And, you know, our nice wood and cobblestone build flooring. Again, there's nothing but smooth stone, and I don't know. Again, I kind of like this alpha look for the sake of this playthrough for obvious reasons. Most of this is just filling with sand, buddy. Oh, Anakin would hate this shit.